Hey guys, welcome to the 5th video in the C# Auto Updater tutorial series. In this video, we will be writing the hasher class. This class is extremely important because we will compute the MD5 hash sum of the downloaded update and compare it with the original MD5 hash sum in the update XML to make sure the file downloaded correctly. Let's go ahead and get started. Really quickly, let's change a few things in our sharp update XML class before writing the hasher class. As you can see, I've just added comments to describe functionality. Even though no outside program will be able to see them, commenting your code is good practice because say you come back to this project 6 months from now and you find a block of code that you have no idea what it does. Well, if you commented your code thoroughly, you won't have that problem. Anyway, in the parse method, there's just a few changes I'm going to make. App ID, I want to make that D a lowercase d. This is because of the XML file that we're going to create later. Also, the attribute latest version, we're just going to make that version with a lowercase v, and latest version URL, we're going to make that just URL with a lowercase u. Alright, now to write the hasher class. We're going to go to our sharp update project and right click, go to add, new class, and it's going to be called hasher. Hit OK. The first thing I'm going to do is import the namespaces that we're going to use in this class. So it will be using system.io, using system.security.cryptography, and using system.text. The next thing I'm going to change this to an internal class. Outside the class, but inside the namespace, we're going to create a new internal enumeration. It'll be internal enum hash type. And what this will be is one of the arguments to pass to the hash file method that we're going to create. So we're going to have an MD5, SHA1, and an SHA512. You could do the other algorithms such as SHA256 or 384, but I'm just going to do these because we probably won't be using any more than just MD5 anyway. Also, I'm going to change this internal class to internal static class because we don't need to make a new instance of the class. We're just using the static method in the class. So the method we're going to write is internal static string hash file. And what this is going to do is take two arguments. The parameters are going to be string file path and then hash type, and I'll just call this algo for algorithm. We're going to have a switch block in here, and it's going to take the algorithm. So what hash type do we want to make? And then we're going to just make cases for each of those. So case hash type dot MD5. I'll just put a break here for now. Then case hash type dot SHA1 break, and case hash type dot SHA512 and a break. Also, just so there's no errors, I'll just put the default case and do a break there as well. What we want to do inside of each of these cases is create the hash and then return it. For the MD5 class, we want to do md5.create.computeHash, and then what we want to pass it is a new file stream, and then we pass that file path, and then file mode.open. That will create the hash for the file. Unfortunately for us, this returns a new byte array, so we need to convert that byte array into a string. That will be a new method. It will be a private method, private static string make hash string. And what it's going to do is take that byte array and we'll call it hash. We're going to make a new string builder, and I'll call that s equals new string builder, and we're going to pass it hash.length times 2. That's going to initialize the string builder to the correct length of the string we want to return. The next thing we need is a for each loop, and we're going to do for each byte b in hash. We're going to do s.append b.toString, and in the toString we're going to pass that a capital X and 2. And I'm going to do .toLower and then close that. And then all we need to do after that is return the string builder.toString, s.toString. Now if we surround this MD5 create.computeHash with make hash string, that will be the string that we want to return, and all we need to do is return that value and get rid of the break. This will be the same case for everything else, except for instead of MD5 we're going to use SHA1 here and SHA512 here. For the default, let's just return an empty string. And there's your completed hasher class. That's all for this video. In the next video, we are going to start the sharp update info form, which is going to be one of the forms of our library. That one will specifically pop up and show detailed information about our update. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.